I want to go broader first before we talk about Biogen specifically. You know, as I just mentioned, biotechs are getting hammered. The whole sector is, in fact. How can things turn around for the industry this year?
Well, look, there are always cycles in biotech. We had 5 amazing years from 2010 through 2015, so it's pulling back a bit now. I don't think that's the end of the world. I think, look, what can turn the sector around is really good news and product news. And you know, both our company and other companies have some really exciting compounds in their pipeline. I think if those move forward and generate good data, I think that will bring some enthusiasm and some bounce back into the sector.
Well, I know you've got some exciting data on Alzheimer's treatments, and it's still, as I understand it, on a smaller scale, smaller trials. What can we expect from those treatments, George?
Well, look, we did have very exciting data, which we reported last year, in which we were able to show removal of plaque from the brains of Alzheimer's patients. And that appeared to correlate with an improvement in their cognitive function, or let's say a slowing of the decline of their cognitive function. That's a small study. It's not proof, but it's very suggestive, and we're now in the beginning a large phase 3 program that will hopefully demonstrate the safety and efficacy of that compound. If that bears fruit, and we have compounds like this, other companies also are working hard on Alzheimer's,
right.
Then it would mean either a slowing or stopping of the progression of Alzheimer's disease, and that's an incredibly exciting prospect.
No, that is a huge development, and you mentioned some of the other companies who are working on this. I mean, how does your data stack up to some of the competition, like Eli Lilly, who's also working on these treatments?
Yeah, Eli Lilly also has a program in Alzheimer's disease. It's hard to tell. I think we are very enthusiastic about our data. It's way too early to make comparisons, I believe. But I can tell you that we are quite compelled by our data. Look, I think this points to a whole part of the industry that maybe isn't appreciated right now, which is that the science and the medicine are advancing to such a stage that you actually can see a line of sight to making a cure for Alzheimer's disease, for Parkinson's disease, for ALS, for certain kinds of cancer that aren't treatable right now. So it's an incredibly exciting time in the industry.
You know, we had the Sanofi innovation head with us yesterday, and we asked him about drug pricing as well, because we know price hikes have been a hot button issue so far in this election cycle. As I understand it, you're going to be the president-elect of the pharmaceutical lobby. So how are you going to address this whole issue of prices of drugs going up too much?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, I think there's a bit of a misconception. The drug prices have not increased faster than the cost of healthcare as a whole. But what I really would want to avoid is that there would be some knee-jerk, simplistic solutions to what is actually a very complicated issue. And you know, we've been criticized, other companies have been criticized for raising drug prices. You know, if you look back at what we've done over the past 10 years, we did raise drug prices. And the question is, what did we do with that money? Well, we started out with one product with MS, and now we have several that we've brought forth. So there's no question that MS patients are better off now with several treatment options than they were with one. So we're using the money from those now to fund all the Alzheimer's research. So whatever happens, we cannot have a policy for drug prices that de-emphasizes and discourages that kind of innovation, or we will slow the flow of new drugs.